Okay, well, I guess we'll get started. So, Ashley and Kate, can you hear me? Can you guys talk? Are you guys ready?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay,
Okay, cool.
perfect. So just to catch up, it's been a while since our last space, so we are just here to explain what we've been doing and just keep everybody updated. Let's see here. So we are up to 3 months since cancellation, and time has kind of flown by. Our quick updates for the week is basically, when it comes down to it, avoid conflict on social media. You know, if you see anything that's reportable, report them, but otherwise just try to, be kind to everybody and just keep doing what we're doing. We're doing a great job. Let's see here. We update on the hashtag. We hit 11 million. So that's pretty amazing. Before that, we celebrated the 10 million tweet mark hosted by HAD with Simon, KTY, and William, where they read the bedroom script and answered a bunch of questions from us. This is, if you guys still want to listen to the space, we will leave the link for you so you can listen to it and see everything that was said. And then, so we are working on tracking numbers on Instagram and TikTok. We are trying to focus more of our attention on there just so it isn't inside Twitter. So we're just trying to get some numbers back. And then currently as a fandom, we have now 9 billboards in 5 cities in 3 countries and on 2 continents. And there's actually still more to come. If you are able to just share around the GoFundMe, or if you see others making their own initiative with that, also share that around too so they can get their own stuff going. And then we have a bunch of new articles. We have over 3,100 articles that have mentioned Warrior Nun by name. We have spent 16 plus weeks in the Netflix in-demand original global top 10 from Parrot Analytics. And then this weekend and next weekend are the global rewatch parties. There should be something shared. I think there's a poster somewhere. But just remember to tweet, post, and interact on all social media. All of this counts towards our rank for domestic and global in-demand series, which means like Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, you name it, even Facebook. Remember to click and at least scroll on all the articles that are posted about us. The interactions are what keep, publications interested in the movement because, they're not going to just continue to do stuff for us if we don't interact with them. And yeah, just another thing to keep in mind. And it looks like Ashley and Kate, are you guys ready? Okay.
Yep. Yeah. So I'll start for outreach. So the emails that we've been sending, I guess, over the last month since last update space have been more targeted and tailored a little bit more targeted than previous rounds. So we've sent the Warrior Nun arrives in London, that press release from the marketing team. We emailed that out to all of our journalist contacts. And then on March 1st, we also emailed that and then information on the London Billboard meetup specifically to a bunch of UK journalists that we have. And then the last 3 rounds of emails have been focused on the work from the data team. So I'm sure a lot of people have seen the stuff from Robin that Robin has posted on, just targeting stars and then Apple TV. And so we've emailed the Stars executives for that one, and then also the Apple TV executives. And just something to note with the emails is we have received, the out of inbox or out of office response from some of the executives, which means that they are getting the emails. They're not bouncing back. And then we've also, the latest email was on the marketing press release, Warrior Nun adds value in the streaming wars. So that one we emailed out to journalists and executives as well. And we'll continue emailing journalists and network executives as we update information from the data and marketing team. So continuing to target those specific platforms over the coming weeks. And then just a reminder of the postcard campaign with James. So we're currently targeting Apple TV, and this coming week we'll be posting again with just a new phrase and a new addresses to focus on postcards. And this is just another way to reach out to networks showing why we love Warrior Nun, and we love seeing images of postcards. So feel free to keep sharing those and tagging us if you're comfortable with that. And then a follow-up with the postcards, just another groundwork activity that people can do if they're interested is to print the front of the postcards and, place those around your city or, at uni. I've printed out a bunch. I just need to go around uni and put those up, since those do have the QR code to the website. And I think now on to Ashley for the last update.
All right. Well, first I wanted to just say thank you to everyone for all the submissions for the fan art book. We're working on creating the book right now, and we'll update you guys with the details when it's finalized. But I appreciate all the submissions. Technically, if you guys still see the link, I know I took it out of my pinned comments. You can still put pictures into it, but
wait, Sarah, can you hear Ashley? I cannot hear.
Yeah, I can hear her.
Oh, I can't hear her. What?
I was like, I heard you guys.
It's just silence for me.
Now you're good. But yeah, if you guys want to keep adding pictures, you can. But ultimately, we'll be having that done soon. Trying to get the post out to you guys so you can sign up to purchase it, and then it will go to the proceeds will be donated to the Covenant House based off the poll that we did, which is the LGBTQ youth homeless shelter. So, Sarah, you're going to have to tell Kate to speak for marketing since she can't hear me.
No, you're good. I think, Kate, can you hear me?
She left. Hold on. Nope, she's back. New Zealand's struggling right now.
Okay, sorry. I can hear you, Ashley, this time. Am I going to the marketing?
Yeah, you're on marketing now.
Okay, cool. Bear with me because I am just looking at this now, everyone. So for marketing, I've touched on this briefly just with the outreach, but there's been 3 different press releases since our last update space, and those are all available on the website, which we can link. In terms of other marketing news, there's been a blog post on where we stand 3 months post-cancellation, and that's been translated into 6 different languages, which is really cool. Just a note with this is, be encouraged. As Simon explained in the 10 million space, that we're not fighting alone, and there are a lot of people behind the scenes seeing the work that we are doing. Recently, Cohosh has been asked by different groups what else they can do to celebrate the awareness where they live, not just with billboards. So the idea is to generate awareness and hopefully some media attention. And these are some of the suggestions that have been noted. So a cafe or a library or comic book poster store poster. So there's been lots of designs for that, for Sapphire Social, Lucy Designs, and a few others. Making local festival sidewalk displays, finding out if there's a mural program in your country, or reaching out to a local business that might be open to having a mural painted on their building just for a temporary basis. Another idea is to reach out to your local radio station or your favorite podcast and offer to talk about the show. I think we've shared around that there has been, we were mentioned on a radio station, so that's really cool. The worst people can do is say no, so it doesn't hurt to reach out. Another idea is to support a local charity or help out at a soup kitchen as a group on behalf of Warrior Nun, offering to help an LGBTQ outreach group, whether it's with gardening, cleaning, preparing kits for those in needs, even potentially a nursing home. Or another idea is organizing a blood drive for your town and making Warrior Nun stickers or bracelets for the donors. And then another thing in terms of marketing is just pushing more on Instagram, TikTok, and Tumblr. So Twitter is good, and we've done a ton of work over here, but a lot of people are returning, to their original places of connection, whether that's Instagram or TikTok. So we're still getting new viewers for the show. So just a note to make sure to be kind and welcome them and point them out to the different communities, whether that's on Discord and the different newsletters as well. And then a last note is that Cohosh will be reaching out to some members of the fandom in the coming weeks about projects they have worked on in preparation for a second edition of the marketing review. So we know we have that one from back in December, but we're working on a second one. So yeah, just be aware that you might be reached out to for that. And the plan is to then release that in May, an updated marketing review. And now on to the video editing.
All right, awesome. This is my first time reading through this. So there's an edit out with drone footage from the LA billboard. It was posted I believe last weekend. It's gathered over 36,000 views so far, and it's been included in some articles. The team's editing plan, we're trying to make some action mixed with cinematic edits for the next 2 weeks, since Warrior Nun does both of those things very well. We're also working on edits for the meetups. We're also editing some interviews that are being made current. I'm so sorry. Oh, we have a YouTube channel, the Save Warrior Nun campaign. I will pin it.
I added it for you.
Oh, did you? That's awkward. Okay. Let's see. Oh, you added it in the doc?
It's in the Jumbotron. It's up there for you. I just posted yours.
Really appreciate. Thank you. Journalists and even radio shows are still noticing us. So keep being loud. They're listening. We got 2 radio shout-outs on a New York City radio station. Huge credit to Michelle for calling in, and Parker 13 for sharing the previous show as well. And I believe co-host posted this, where you can go check those out, and that is in the Jumbo. Yeah, and that's it for video editing.
Thank you. Chris, are you available to talk about data?
Sure am. We have quite a lot to catch up on since it's been a while since the last update. I apologize, I'm still not Laura, but apparently the whole Android thing was an issue. So let's talk about what's new in data. The last few weeks, the data team, spearheaded by Robin, has been targeting various streaming platforms with sort of custom-made, tailored white papers, like academic studies, to envision Warrior Nun among their current catalogs. Robin chose 3 streamers specifically: Starz, Apple TV, and HBO Max. Starz we did on March 4th with the Shooting Stars with WN phrase. We targeted them because they have the Starz Take the Lead initiative, which focuses on female-led content and racial and ethnic diversity. They're very outspoken about inclusion, so it seems like a very good fit. They also have a very limited catalog of originals, which would give Warrior Nun a major opportunity to stand out as a revenue generator. Robin had calculated that it would make up 17% of their streaming revenue, which would have been about $102 million in the last quarter. Apple TV was done on March 11th using Apple TV Save Warrior Nun. Second time I've actually used that hashtag. We used it way back in January. We targeted Apple because, well, it's Apple. They have literally $1 trillion of cash laying around. It's funny. They actually lose money on their streaming service, but it's basically a sunk cost for them. They don't have to prove the value of every single show down to the number of minutes watched, because they just need people to watch anything on their platform. Apple has made many statements at the executive level that Apple TV is more interested in creating award-winning content rather than cheap revenue. And we do know, of course, Apple has plenty of initiatives for diversity, equity, and inclusion. Demand-wise, using the Parrot Analytics data, Warrior Nun actually has a higher demand than the average demand of all of Apple TV Plus shows, so it would be a good fit there. Using estimated profits from their media reports, it's tough because their SEC filings don't break out Apple TV Plus as a separate revenue stream. It's all lumped together under services. But our best estimate is that Warrior Nun would generate about 4.5% of their revenue, about $67 million. Robin noted that Apple TV seems like a good fit because it has a good sci-fi content bench already. It has female-led shows. They allowed Dickinson to actually wrap up, which, given everything else that happened this week, was obviously a good thing. And For All Mankind, which predominantly features queer women, is going into its 4th season. The third platform, HBO Max, targeting on April 21st. HBO Max also uses Parrot demand data. So they understand the value of the papers that we're putting out, probably more so than the other streaming services. They do have some challenges, right? They've just gone through a big merger that is finally wrapping up. They're going to be focused on profitability and growth. So hopefully our aim is to see that they would want to grow their library with a built-in audience. On the profitability side, again, with the demand data that they understand very well, Warrior Nun's demand could generate 6-ish% of their revenue, about $93 million in the most recent quarter. Really important, they're looking to grow their international audience. And we know that the Warrior Nun fan base, with a huge shout out to our friends in Brazil, in the Philippines, in Spain, Italy, France, Germany, everywhere that there's been a billboard, everywhere that there wants to be a billboard. We have an audience that they desperately want. So that could be a very good fit there. And HBO Max isn't afraid of female-led shows or LGBTQ plus shows. In other data news, yesterday we sent out an issue of the Substack. Take a look at it. There's also a YouTube explanation, about a 5-minute video about how we do tweet counts. We've had some really good conversations with folks who are publishing these numbers. And the bottom line is no streaming platform is going to renew our show solely on the count of tweet numbers. So let's focus on creating more content, particularly on other platforms. Twitter is nice. Its data is readily available. It is kind of run by a lunatic. And so we want to make sure that we are diversified to platforms like TikTok and Instagram, etc. Next up, we'll remember on Wednesday when multiple fandoms got their cancellation notices with Willow and A League of Our Own. Sarah Walker was all over the timeline, making it really clear how angry she was. She asked if there was data floating around about the comparison of male-led and female-led shows. We all got excited to put some of that information in front of her. We did a selection of comparative shows based on prior third-party research, ran the IMDb numbers, and dropped that into Twitter. No surprise, female-led shows that were canceled were on par or above male-led shows that were not canceled, even with review bombing. We're going to enhance this and put it up on the warriornun.com website. That will be available in the near future. Finally, we're going to be talking a lot about other platforms. There's going to be some stuff on Instagram initiatives, getting more prominence, more visibility on Instagram specifically, because Instagram is sort of the big social network that a lot of the folks in the entertainment industry focus on. Right? They see it. There's a lot of focus and emphasis on shows, on individual talent promoting their shows on Instagram, much more so than Twitter, at least for the entertainment industry. Maisel and several others have already done an amazing job on Instagram, building sort of an official presence there and circulating the data that, and Angie has shown up with the Warrior Nun Day initiatives. So because of the way the Instagram algorithm works, it relies a lot on consistency and volume. So we're going to take a stab at something similar to the phrases the way we do it on Twitter. This week we're going to do a mass sort of dogpile on Instagram. The thing that's going to be different is that we're going to be making a content library available so that folks can deal with, they can pull the data and not have to create stuff from scratch. There'll be a centralized Google Drive where people can freely pull Warrior Nun content, memes, edits that the creators have given permission to be shared. And we are looking for help. We are specifically looking for anyone who is comfortable contributing their fan art, other original content, etc. Please reach out to Leah, Coco, Maisel, really any of the folks in the order. Original memes, edits, anything you got, send via DM. And tag one of us and let us know that we have permission to use your stuff. This can be anything. It can be like stuff you've made in Canva. It can be just silly stuff. Whatever you've got is totally fine. If you do choose to push to pull from the Google Drive, please be sure to credit the creators who generously contributed their content. And creators, all creators, but especially Lucy, be sure to stick your watermark on anything you can. We hope that having a home for content will make it much easier for anyone to participate, even if they have no clue what to post. Again, details are going to be circulated this week by Twitter and Instagram, with details on the Google Drive, how to get access to it, the dates and times of the campaign. That wraps up for data. So back to you, Sarah.
Thank you so much. And then, let's see, the OCS chapters. Are you ready? Or the newsletter, excuse me.
Of course, I have to follow Chris. So, a lot of new things happening with the OCS. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, perfect. A lot of new content coming your way, and it would not be possible if I hadn't recruited help from the order and people in the fandom just begging to come help me do some things, from video editing to putting together the puzzles to doing the interviews that we have coming your way. We just dropped Ames, Thursday, and then we've also have collaboration with Warrior Nun Mexico, Argentina, Chile, Venezuela, Colombia. They're going to be bringing in Spanish interviews, and we're going to have English subtitles with those, which includes the set designer. If see in the Jumbotron there, we've got a set picture of Ava and B's apartment. I have several more coming your way, including more puzzles. Leah, do you want to jump in and talk about your part?
Yeah, sure. So as Adrian mentioned there, we have been helping the OCS newsletter with editing the interviews. So myself and a bunch of other editors, Julia, Sydney, Christina, Stumble, and Andy, have been helping with the various interviews. There, as Adrian said, there's the Ames interview. There's Lindsay Wolfington as well coming up. Barbara, there's a bunch of interviews lined up, so it's very exciting. I also helped out with the animated intro and background and stuff for the newsletter interviews, which were beautifully designed by Aisha. Sorry if I pronounced that incorrectly. So we've just been working closely with the OCS newsletter to bring all these awesome interviews for you guys. The cast and crew have been very generous with their time, and I've also been very lucky to be part of some of the interviews. With myself and Coco, we're interviewing the stunt coordinators, which I think everyone seemed to enjoy that interview. So yeah, there's just a bunch more interviews coming, so it's really exciting. And that's it for me, I think.
All right, I'll jump back in and let everybody know that we also have costume designer coming up. We have the powerhouse stunt trio that is Ava, Beatrice, and Liz stunt doubles, which I'm really excited about. I just want to do a shout out to Charlie, Christina, Reagan, Styx, all the puzzle mastermind group, and thank everybody who is helping.
Okay. Is that everything? Just making sure
that I'm releasing today.
Okay, perfect. Just wanted to make sure. Okay. Do you have anything else to add? So, just to quickly hurry pop in and say, we are currently working with an agency in Brazil to get a billboard up there pretty soon. Warrior Nun Brazil, that account is also running a fundraiser to get a second billboard there as well. So that's really fun and exciting. We hope to get one up there soon. It just a bunch of emails that we have to go through and make sure that we're doing the right thing and putting it in place that we want. And then I am also in contact with agencies for Paris, Madrid, and the Philippines. So hopefully we will be able to see something there. But we're just being transparent with you guys, just letting you know what our next goals are for a billboard. We are also considering more billboards around Los Angeles, where Netflix headquarters are. But there's a few logistics that we have to figure out, as well as funding, especially with all of these billboards, because we do want to hit all of these countries, but funding is always a factor. So just make sure to share the GoFundMe, donate when you can, because this is what helps these projects continue. And then So we are always continuing to look for ideas. Please DM any one of us, whether you have a concern, question, idea, it's something that you know that you've done within another fandom that you've tried that has caught a lot of attention. Just always, don't hesitate to send us a message. And then, so for the Warrior Nun giveaway, Ben Dunn has given us some pictures that he has hand-drawn and autographed that we are giving away. The one winner has already been announced, but they actually have not yet responded to me. And usually, we say in the deadline that it's 48 hours. So hopefully they respond by the end of the day. But otherwise, we will select a new winner here shortly. So just keep an eye out on your emails if you have subscribed to the Substack, because that is how we are selecting the winners, is we just have the computer generate your email randomly, and then we will be contacting you that way as well. So just keep an eye out if you're interested. Otherwise, we'll just, after a couple of days, just select a different winner. Check your spam folders too.
Let's see.
So just a quick thing. So we just wanted to give you an update on the data that we've done. So the previous week, so all of our work have collectively put in about almost 7,400 hours of work into this. We're still doing stuff. And then, let's see, just remember to subscribe to the Substack, because all of the new information and things that we've been working on will be given through there, as well as on the website, warriornun.com. Let's see here. Kate, was it you who wanted to talk about the Fandoms United? Or was that me?
It was, is it Ashley, I think?
Yeah, I said I would do it.
Okay.
Okay, let me pull up the tweet really quick. So, a couple of people created a Discord server. Can everybody hear me? Since Kate couldn't last time, I want to check.
I can hear you this time.
All right, cool. Some of the fandom created a Discord server that essentially we're trying to get a bunch of different fandoms together. Hashtag Fandom United is what we decided as a group to go with. There's a note here that says love from Coco, because she is celebrating Mother's Day right now, so she is not here. But in order to be even louder and more impactful, all the different campaigns to save canceled shows want to unite under the hashtag Fandoms United to show how many of us there are and that we're not going away. So use hashtag Fandoms United in your tweets, as well as this hashtag Save Warrior Nun, the hashtag Warrior Nun, and then the other trending and relevant tags to get the content seen. Obviously, if you're part of other fandoms, I know Willow was kind of a whirlwind this week. You can use Willow, you can use Motherland Fort Salem, 1899. There's a ton of different fandoms in this Discord server. So feel free to join it. It is in the Jumbotron under Coco Cat's post. But yeah, please join the Save Our Show Discord server. And it's a permalink, so it shouldn't run out. And then you can join the discussion and the fight there. We had about, I think, 400 people join within a few days of it starting. So it's obviously working. But we also want to add more fandoms to it, like we can keep growing. And as opposed to making it this battle, which seems to happen sometimes between fandoms, we want to be able to join with other fandoms and help get their shows saved too. Because at the end of the day, it's an issue for all of us that networks are sort of just using us and losing us. So yeah. Join and we will see you on there. I'm on there most of the people you see on mic I think have joined, but yeah, we would love more ideas on how to kind of reach out to the different communities and the networks for everybody's shows. So that's it.
Cool. And then Adrian, you had something else to add?
I did. I wanted to remind everybody to go vote for William's band. He's done so much for us. It's the least that we could do. Also, Brian from Be More Super is having Barbara on today. I think it actually drops in an hour. And then we have another interview that's coming out with the one and only, let's see, Angie Chat has gotten Jillian on. So that's going to happen next week. So there's still more Warrior Nun content for everybody that's coming out.
Awesome. Yes, I think William has posted a few links to go vote on his page for his band, if I'm not mistaken. So if you haven't already, go over there and vote and just, give him the support that he's given us this whole time. And yeah, I think it'll be a cool way to show him. Okay, so a couple of last reminders. So we just want to update you quickly on Had. She was the host of the Space for the 10 Million. She is currently in the hospital, so we are just wanting to send her love and just make sure that we love her and just show her support and just make sure that, you have some good thoughts and prayers for her. And then translations of this space and the minute notes will be given out later this week. And then just keep in mind that it's okay to take a break from all of this. It's been a long time, or it feels like a long time. So you can, just rest and enjoy other things. And then just so you guys know, things may be a little bit more quiet or seem more quiet from our side, especially, the people spearheading some of the projects. But that is only because we figured out a lot of the major kinks and we just know what to do when we have a question. So things are running much more smoothly and are much less chaotic and everything. So we just know what we're doing, and that's why everything's good. We're still chugging along and fighting. But again, just to reiterate, if you have an idea, please let us know. If you want to organize some things for you in the area that you guys live in but need help, message us and we will help spread the word for you or give you what you need. For example, Warrior Nun Italy, they're the ones that did all the amazing hard work for the billboard in Italy. All they did was just ask Kelsey and I about image specs, and we gave them the right image file, and they did it all themselves, and they deserve all the credit and everything. But if anything like that, just don't hesitate to message us and we will do our best to help you and give you the best advice. Just make sure to also still share the petition anywhere you can. The same with the GoFundMe. And I believe there was a couple questions here. So the funds for the Brazilian billboard, there is two funding sites. One is, I think, should be linked, or it's in the comments. The Warrior Nun Celia St. James, she has the account that is running that. But we are also helping them in communications with them to help them get their own, as well as us on our side trying to get a separate one as well. But we have promised to help them out. Is the LA billboard still up? No, it should be down. I would be very, very surprised that there is an addition if it's still up. I think Hulu had it right after us. And then, don't mind me, I'm just reading the questions about the outreach for GLAAD and everything. I think that would be a question for Kate and Ashley. You see that question?
I don't see it yet. Let me refresh. Oh yeah, okay, I see the question. On getting LGBTQ plus groups involved, example of GLAAD. We have emailed them, like we've been in email contact with all of our outreach. Haven't necessarily gotten responses back, but that is something that we can definitely look into, especially with the recent cancellations, reaching out to them again. So yeah, we can definitely look into that.
Okay, cool. I think that is everything from our side. We just wanted to let you know that we're all still here and fighting for Warrior Nun, even though things are a bit quieter, but we'll always be trying to keep in contact and, transparent with you all. But just follow the Substack and the newsletter. That should have everything that we've been working on or what we plan to work on and anything future-wise that we do. But yeah, I think that's it. Otherwise, just don't hesitate to send us a question in the DMs and then, hopefully have another space here soon. Ash, do you have anything else?
I added a couple of the comments to the Jumbotron too. Monica's, I know they do Boba Talk, the podcast. So if you guys haven't listened to that, check that out. And then if you're voting for William, try using different emails and browsers to be able to vote more than once, because I know he was in second. His band's in second place. So any help that we can give him for all the help and love he's given us, that would be great. That's it.
Cool. I think that is it. As far as the phrases for each week, just make sure to follow Ari. She's been doing that with a couple others. while Had has been in the hospital. So just make sure to pay attention for her updates and posts, because that's who is currently taking over while Had is sick. But otherwise, I think we're okay to end the space if you guys are.
Sounds good.
Okay, perfect. If there's another space soon, we will let you guys know. But thank you guys for coming.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.